Hi, in this lecture, let's automate one scenario using with the different locators. That is, open the app and click on app name, click on alert dialogs, and then click on OK cancel dialog with a message, and then print this alert message onto the console. After printing this alert message onto the console, just simply click on OK button. Now let's automate this scenario. So let's see one more time this scenario. Open the app, click on app name, and then click on alert dialogs, and then click on OK cancel dialog with a message, and then get the alert message and print this message onto the console. Click on OK button. Okay. Now let's automate this scenario using with the different locators. Let's create one new class. Let's say alert test. Okay, copy the method to invoke the application. Okay, this is the code to invoke the application in emulator, right? Now, after opening the application, first step is we need to click on app name, right? So we need to click on this app name. For that, first we need to identify the unique locator for this app name. So open the UI Automator viewer. Then click on a device screenshot here. See, click on app name in the screenshot. You will get the locators here. So text app resource ID is text1. You can see, click on context and verify the resource ID. So this resource ID is same for all names. You can see, click on OS. So resource ID is text1, Android ID / text1. So this is not unique ID. So class name is also same for all these names. So content disk is different, text is different, right? So we can use text and content disk. You can use either of these two attributes to find the unique locator. So for that, let's build a custom XPath using text attribute. So for that, what is the syntax to create custom XPath? Tag name, square brackets, @attribute name equal to value, right? Driver dot find element mobile by dot XPath. So build the XPath here. So now first one is tag name, double slashes, tag name. So class name is the tag name, right? As I said in previous lecture. Brackets attribute name is text, value equal to app. Now we have located the element, but we need to perform a click action, right? For that, dot click. So driver dot find element of mobile by dot XPath, and then finally dot click. So it will perform click action on this app name. Okay. Now once app name is clicked, and then we need to perform click action on alert dialogs, right? For that, here also we need to identify the unique locator for this alert dialogs. So now open UI Automator viewer and click on device screenshot. it will screenshot will get refreshed here. Now click on alert dialogs, so we can see the locators here. Resource ID is also same here, so resource ID value is same for all names. Package name, content desk is different. You can use text attribute or content desk as well here, same as previous one. We need to perform click action on device alert dialogs, right? So copy same statement and then alert dialogs. Text value is alert dialogs, right? Alert dialogs. Alert dialogs. Copy this and paste it here. Alert dialogs. Now, once we click on alert dialogs, again we need to click on OK cancel dialog with a message, right? So here again we need to identify the locator for this button. So simply open this UI Automator here, click on device screenshot. So the screenshot will get refreshed now. See, click on OK cancel dialog with a message and identify the unique locator for this button. So here also same, here you can see that resource ID is unique for all buttons. So 2 underscore buttons to 2 underscore buttons, 2 underscore buttons to ultra. So here resource ID is unique for these buttons. So you can use resource ID. So this is the ID, resource ID for OK cancel dialog with a message. So now you can use driver dot find element mobile by, which method can be used to place the ID value. Mobile by ID, right? Resource ID can be used as ID. So place the value ID, resource ID value inside ID method. Done. Again here we need to click click right. That's it. Now we have done up to this. Now alert message is displayed. Now how can we get the alert message? So before getting this alert message, we need to identify the locator for this alert message, right? So after identifying the unique locator, we have to call the getText method to retrieve the value of alert message. Okay, so after opening the alert, so simply click on device screenshot again. Yeah, so click on alert message. So you can use a resource ID. So this resource ID is unique for this. Click on cancel. So our resource ID is different. Resource ID is different. Button 1 and button 2. So resource ID is &ID / alert title. This is unique one. And text, there is no content desk value, and the text attribute value is the complete alert message value. Okay, let's say first using a resource ID. Copy this resource ID value, then driver dot find element mobile by dot ID, place this resource ID value of that particular alert dot get text. So this get text method returns some string value, right? So we need to hold that string value in some string variable, string actual alert message. Okay, now we got the alert message and hold in this variable. So now we need to print that alert message in the console. Right? Now after printing the actual alert message onto the console, we need to perform click action on OK, right? So we need to click on OK. So for that, click on OK button. So this is the unique locator. So resource ID is the unique value and that ID slash button 1. You can see locator for cancel button. So android colon ID slash button 2. So resource ID is unique in this case. So you simply copy this locator resource ID value or to perform click action on that OK button. Now for driver dot find element mobile by dot ID and then call click method to perform click action. That's it. Okay. Now let's execute the script and see whether the alert message is displayed onto the console or not. So before executing the script, we must start the Appium server, right? So we need to start Appium server from command prompt like Appium and then hit enter. Now let's close the app on the emulator. Now Appium server is started successfully. Now let's run the script by right clicking on alert test class, run as test-ng test. Okay. Now let's see whether the alert message is displayed on the console or not. You can see after performing click action on app, it was unable to perform click action on alert dialogs. So you got exception, right? An element could not be located on the page using given search parameters. So this is the XPath. So it could not perform click action on alert dialogs because we did not provide any implicit weight. So it will try to perform click action on alert dialogs immediately after clicking app button, though internal DOM structure is not loaded. So that is the reason we got an exception. So for that we need to provide some implicit wait time driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait some 10 seconds time unit dot seconds. Now it will wait up to 10 seconds to find the element. So rather than trying to perform click action on that element immediately, so it will wait for up to 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds, even if it is not able to find that locator, it throws the same exception. Okay. Now let's start the server again. The connection was closed. Now let's start the server again by typing the command appium and then hit enter. Now let's run the script. Run as test-ng test. Now it will work without issues. So execution has been started successfully and perform the click add action on app, and then alert dialogs, and then click OK, cancel dialog, and see, you can see that alert message is displayed into the console, right? So this is the alert message. So after printing this alert message onto the console, it performed a click action on OK button. So alert got closed, right? So this is how you can use different locators to perform different actions. I would like to give you the assignment. So write a program to display the alert message on console when clicking on OK cancel dialog with a long message button. So here navigation is click on app, and then click on alert dialogs, and then click OK cancel dialog with a long message, and get this message and print it on console. Okay, now try to write the program for this before next lecture. Thank you.